Black Ops 2 goes in trash. No, I'm just capping. I'm capping. Hey, what is up, everybody? It is the True Epic Gamer here. We're doing something interesting to say the least here. All right, so we've got a tier list. Let me go ahead and switch it where you guys can get a glimpse of that. So we've got a tier list video today. Now, it's Call of Duty, as you guys can see. I'm going to be putting these on a tier list based on everything about the game. Not just campaign, not just multiplayer, not just zombies. Everything all combined. It'll just be my personal opinion. I'm going to say that one more time. My personal opinion. So get ready. Go ahead and drop a dislike on the video. I can feel them rolling in already. It's fine, boys. It's fine. If you don't like my opinion, go ahead. Let me know that you don't like my opinion. Go ahead and put the dislike on the video. But let's get started here. The first thing I want to do is I'm just going to put 1, 2, and 3 in never played. I actually have played these. This is a preset list, but I'm just going to put those down there just because, if anything, I would put 1 up pretty high just because, I mean, it started Call of Duty. And the other ones, they're good for their time, but not really. It's just not what you consider Call of Duty nowadays, I guess is what you would say. 3, a lot of people are going to be kind of salty I don't put it on the list, but like I said, my personal list, I just like to not even count those 3, not even bring them into the conversation. And I'm not going to go in the specific order they are here, but we're just going to kind of pick and choose where we want to go. Let's just start with the game that I first sweated on, which is Modern Warfare, the OG Modern Warfare. What I'm going to say about this one, I'm not going to put it in God just because I don't want there to be a ton of games in God, just because I feel like it is extremely good. And we are talking about the Call of Duty that pretty much made Call of Duty what it is today. I mean, you can't really argue against that. I don't think it pretty much is what got the ball rolling. We're gonna put it at great, and I'm gonna say nothing is set in stone yet. There's a chance that we change things at the end, but we're talking about revolutionizing the multiplayer. Incredibly good campaign. I mean, just everything about it is solid. 100%. I love the game, and there's a chance we move it to God shortly, but for now we're gonna leave it at great, and we'll keep the ball rolling on the Modern Warfares. And I believe Modern Warfare 2 is God. No question. God. It is my favorite boots on the ground Call of Duty by far. Not even a close call. Not with the boots on the ground anyway. I pretty much just think they took Modern Warfare and they said, let's just crank it up. I mean, we're talking about the game that said nothing can be overpowered if everything is overpowered, which just made everything so much fun. Sure, there was annoying stuff, noob tubers, whatnot. Bro, that's online multiplayer. That's what you're gonna get. MW2 lobbies are where it's at. So that's God, no doubt. Since there's so many games, I'll try not to stay on one for too long. We'll go on to Modern Warfare 3. Incredibly good. Did not live up to Modern Warfare 2. Ooh, it's kind of hard. I kind of want to say I like OG Modern Warfare better, but this is still great. We're gonna put in great because I can't live with myself if I put it in all right. That's just not even a possibility. And since I didn't really mention it, all 3 of those campaigns are God tier. Like, all 3 of those campaigns are so good. Since we're doing all the Modern Warfares, we'll go ahead and we'll go Modern Warfare 2019. And you guys, this is where people are gonna already start the absolute hate train on the dislikes, but I'm putting it in God. No questions asked, I'm putting it in God. It's the best Call of Duty game we've had in so many years. Warzone is it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. The gunplay in the multiplayer of regular Modern Warfare is amazing. The campaign was phenomenal. I mean, the way that they got Captain Price in there and got the actual actor and everything, it was God tier, for sure. I love Modern Warfare 2019, putting it up there. Warzone, we got to get the hackers out of there, no doubt, but that's beside the point, boys. We're talking about the game that brought us Warzone. All right, Warzone is amazing. Where do we want to go next? Let's get the ball rolling with World at War, the first of the Treyarch games. I'm going to put it in great. The only reason that I'm going to put it in great on the level of Modern Warfare, OG Modern Warfare, is because zombies. It did bring in zombies, which I love zombies. I love World at War zombies. If it wasn't for that, if they wouldn't have had that, I would have had to put it below OG Modern Warfare. But because of zombies alone, we're talking about the game that brung zombies originally. You know, you finish the campaign, you unlock zombies. It was a huge secret. That was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. The multiplayer and campaign were good as well. I just wouldn't say they were on par with Modern Warfare. But just because of zombies, we're going to have to throw it up there, no doubt. I almost want to put it in God, but that's where we'll put the OG Black Ops. Actually. Another hard one. Might have to move that down, but for now we're going to have it in God. Nah, we're leaving it. We are leaving it. It is rock solid in God. The campaign is phenomenal. Zombies, they took what they did with World at War and they made it so much better. They started adding tons of stuff in. This is zombies, if not at its prime, getting there. All right. And the multiplayer, I would say the one thing that made it stand out and made it an outstanding multiplayer was the wager matches, adding all types of party games like gun game, one in the chamber, sticks and stones. All those party modes were so much fun. I'm talking about the amount of hours I got in gun game on there is more than I have in any other game mode on all of the Black Ops series probably. I mean, I absolutely loved wager matches and gun game. I think that was the best gun game that we've ever had, and I wish they would just copy and paste it and put it in a newer Call of Duty. Probably not going to happen because they keep screwing it up somehow. I don't know how, but they keep screwing it up. It's such a simple game mode. They try and add more things to it, and just it was so good. It was so good, and the wager match, that whole portion of it was so good. You could wager, you could double down if you knew you were going to win. It was amazing. But so on. Here we go. Black Ops 2. Goes in trash. No, I'm just capping. I'm capping. Black Ops 2, because of zombies alone, has to go in the God rank. I will say that Black Ops 2 is the most overrated Call of Duty ever, but it is the most overrated for a reason. I will say that the zombies in there, every map in there is just an absolute hit. There's no bad zombie map in Black Ops 2. I don't care what you say. You can tell me how bad Transit is all day. Black Ops 2 zombies is prime zombies. Every single map in there goes at the top of a tier list, which we will do. We will do a zombie tier list soon. I can promise you that. That's when people will really start to hate on me. I wanna move. I don't want to have so many in God, like I said before. We're really gonna have to file things down, I think. But we'll leave that there for sure. Now on to Black Ops 3. I'm gonna give it an all right. Right on the verge of great, but we're gonna put it in all right. We're gonna have we got some games left that are going down towards the bottom. I know it seems like everything's up here, but that's kind of how I'm going. Black Ops 3, I love the multiplayer. I loved everything about it, but the zombies, although it was still great and I still played every map, I loved it. I loved playing all the maps. I'm not going to lie to you guys about that. All the maps were good, but it was like they just took the formula and they just kept doing the same thing over and over again. Everybody loves freaking Der Eisendrache, the castle map, and it's just, it's so copy and paste. Like everybody loves the bows, and the bows are just the staffs, and I'm not going to go into all that. We'll go into that in the zombie ranking video. But to me, Black Ops 3 zombies is where things started to go downhill. They weren't downhill yet. It was still great, but none of the maps really had anything unique. And coming off of Black Ops 2, where every single map was just like an insane location with insane stuff. I mean, you got to think about Mob of the Dead, Origins. I mean, all these were just crazy good ideas, and they just went with them. They didn't have anything in the past to be like, oh yeah, this is going to work. They just went for it. And that's what always made zombies great, and they started to lose that in Black Ops 3. But it's still a good game, so I'm going to keep it up here and all right. Now, Black Ops 4, if it wasn't, and I mean this very seriously, if it wasn't for Blackout, I would put this in the trash category. But because of Blackout, I'm going to have to put it, in all right. Because this was when people were saying that Fortnite was going to kill Call of Duty. And me being the Call of Duty fanboy that I am, I knew that this wasn't the case. I kept telling everybody they were going to come out with a battle royale. Nobody believed me. There were people coming out with videos saying that Call of Duty couldn't have a battle royale, that their servers couldn't handle 100 people on a map at once. And I'm sitting here and I'm wondering if people just forgot that Call of Duty is like the biggest game ever, or if they just didn't care. Like, even if their servers couldn't handle it, you really think they couldn't upgrade it? It was really annoying listening to people say they couldn't do it. So then when they dropped that first Blackout trailer and it showed you could play as the zombie characters and you could drop into Nuketown and all kinds of firing range, all kinds of cool maps, it was like the coolest trailer that Call of Duty had in forever. And Blackout, I played the entire year. I hated Black Ops 4 multiplayer, but Blackout was God tier. I'm not even going to talk about zombies because I think it was atrocious. But yeah, we're going to give it all right. It would be down in trash if it wasn't for Blackout. I'm just going to say that and we'll move on. On to Cold War. Trash. If I could go lower, if this said something other than never played, I would go lower. Cold War is so bad. I've given it so many chances. I mean, I have given it a million chances, guys, but this is, in my opinion, the worst Call of Duty that we have ever had. I mean, we came off of Modern Warfare 2019. We were riding high. It was the best graphics that we had ever seen in Call of Duty. Obviously, the graphics get better over years, but I'm talking like it was better graphics than other like top games that people always said had better graphics than Call of Duty. Call of Duty was never going to be the best graphics in the world. But then Modern Warfare came out and was like, okay, this looks pretty clean. Not gonna lie. So for them to be riding off of that and then go back to the Black Ops 4 engine, which I understand that Treyarch got thrown under the bus and it was Sledgehammer's turn. They weren't ready. I understand. Like, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying that this was unready to be released. This was running off the Black Ops 4 engine, which is a massive downgrade from the Modern Warfare 2019 engine. And it showed. Like, playing that multiplayer, it was bad. The campaign, I knew at first that I didn't like the campaign when you could select what your character was going to say and they didn't actually say it. It just kind of pretended like they did. And I know that's such a pet peeve, like that's such a minor thing. But then I started to go through and it didn't even feel like a Call of Duty campaign. It felt just like even more basic than a Call of Duty campaign would be. Call of Duty campaigns are supposed to be just over the top, crazy action, plot, twist, left and right. You know, it's supposed to be absurdly over the top, and it just felt like such a boring storyline. And the zombies, I said Black Ops 4 was the worst. Cold War topped it. I mean, it is bad. For them to start on a map like Die Machine, and for people to like it is what I really don't understand, but we'll get into that another time. It's terrible. It's so basic. They, for some reason, had a wonder weapon that had 4 variants. Like, we haven't heard of that before, but just to make it worse, you actually don't each get a variant. Like, you know, back in the day with the staffs, it was like, oh, I'm going to build the wind staff. You can build the ice staff. We all got our own wonder weapon. And in this one, they're like, okay, we're going to have a basic wonder weapon that's not even cool to begin with. We're going to give it 4 variants, and we're only going to give it to one player who can only use one of the variants at a time. It made no sense. Terrible. Easter egg was too easy. The actual mode itself was too easy. Everything about it was terrible. Worst Call of Duty, I think, that we've had ever. And I'm not even kidding on that. Once again, my personal opinion. You love Cold War? Cool. And you can't say I didn't give it a chance. The amount of hours I put in are crazy. I tried to play ranked play. Ranked play is terrible. I played the multiplayer until I had the top camo. Yes, I've got the top camo, and I still think the game is terrible. But I'm, like I said, try not to stay on one game for too long. I just hate that game. So we're gonna move on to the next game. What do we want to start with here? We didn't do Infinite Warfare yet. Here's my thing with Infinite Warfare. For some reason, Modern Warfare Remastered is not here, which kind of sucks. I'd like to put that on the list. I'd put it relatively high. I'd put it even higher than original Modern Warfare, just because it's better in every way. But Infinite Warfare, I believe, doesn't deserve the hate that it got. It was a futuristic Call of Duty they had been making for 3 years already before they knew that people were going to hate futuristic Call of Duties. So they didn't have a chance to really change that. Also, no one played it for the simple fact that Modern Warfare Remastered came out. I will say I played the multiplayer a fair bit. Not a ton. I only prestiged a couple of times, but I will say that the multiplayer was very clean. It felt very clean cut and ready to be released. It was really, really smooth. But I'm not gonna put it high. I'm gonna give it a meh, but I'm not putting it in trash. For sure, it is better than Cold War in every way. And I almost want to put it up in all right, but it's not on par with these. It's not on par with Black Ops 3. And I will say, Zombie in Spaceland was an incredible map. I don't care who you are. That was on par. It was above a lot of Treyarch maps, and I would put Zombies in Spaceland above every single map that Cold War has had so far in Zombies. It is what it is. We'll put it at meh. It's above Cold War for sure. Moving on, we'll go with Call of Duty Ghost. Call of Duty Ghost has an incredible campaign. The best campaign that any Call of Duty has had. I would say Modern Warfare 2019 is the other one I would put there. Multiplayer, I really liked the multiplayer. This is another thing that people are going to complain about. Oh, he likes Ghosts. God, his entire tier list is trash. I'm going to give it an all right. I also really liked Extinction. I thought Extinction was a really cool idea. It wasn't the same. It wasn't a copy and paste of Zombies like everybody wanted it to be. It wasn't round based. You had to get to a certain point and get out. It was very difficult at first, especially. I don't remember if it got easier over time, but I remember it was very difficult, and it was really a challenge, and you had more of a goal, especially when some zombie maps, Cold War, hint, hint, were very boring. And there was no point. Back in the day playing Zombies, you actually wanted to try and get to a high round. It was actually hard to get to a high round, so it felt rewarding. But whenever it's not rewarding to get to a high round, then there's nothing. It's entire boredom. All you're doing is sitting there killing zombies that are just mindless. Whereas Extinction, you actually did have a goal. Now, in no way am I saying Extinction is better than Zombies, but Extinction was very good, so I'm just going to put it in all right. We are going to move on to World War II. Now, Zombies, the Darkest Shore is the map I played the most, and I really did enjoy it. The campaign was lackluster, to say the best. And the multiplayer I did enjoy. It had its issues. Some maps were really bad. There were some decent maps. I liked the guns. We're going to give it a meh. Just because, yeah, the campaign was bad. Multiplayer was good. Zombies had a good map. Similar to Infinite Warfare, I would say. Now, here comes the haters roaring in. Advanced Warfare, God tier. Not even close. God tier. I don't care what your argument is. We're talking about a game that changed the game. All right, Call of Duty was coming out every single year. It was close to the same thing every single year. They took the formula. They changed the time period. They did this. They did that. Not much by the time period, but they changed the time period. It was modern. It was post, it was back, it was the past. That's all they did, really. Okay, they had new guns and stuff, new maps. Advanced Warfare took a massive risk, and at first it paid off. Advanced Warfare changed the game in the best way possible. The movement was so fast. I mean, it was incredibly fast, and I really do believe that the reason that this game is hated is because people couldn't play it. They had been playing Call of Duty for years. They got on there and they actually couldn't play it. Their mind couldn't comprehend what was going on. Somebody was double jumping over them, boosting behind them, punching them in the back of the head. I mean, these people had no clue what was going on. They couldn't get past the learning curve, and that's why they didn't like the game. But coming to somebody where this was my prime in Call of Duty, I got so good at this game, I could slaughter everyone in it, and it was more fun than any other Call of Duty ever. I mean, the ways that you could juke people, the ways that you could get around the map, the movement system, it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. The campaign was great. You had Kevin Spacey in there as a villain. It was cool to have an actual actor in there. It was just a familiar face to see. Very cool. Zombies. I love the Zombies. It's not as good as traditional Zombies or OG Zombies, Treyarch Zombies, whatever you want to call it. But they did a very good job of taking the formula of Zombies, keeping it the same, but changing it for their game. And I do believe that what happened with Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare is that they started out trying so hard on zombies only to see people not even give it a chance. So then they kind of took the dev teams and they're like, yeah, we don't really want to put a lot of time and effort into this when you could be doing this and people actually appreciate it. So I do think that the zombies on Infinite Warfare, like especially the later DLCs, could have been much better than they were for that reason alone. But Advanced Warfare, I will say that it didn't get worse. The zombies didn't get worse. It only had cooler and cooler maps. They had wonder weapons, they had Easter eggs, they had everything that you would want to see. And I really do feel like people are overlooking it massively. But that's beside the point. The multiplayer is the best that it's ever been. I'm talking about like just not even close, guys. I mean, it was insane. And then people hated on it later for different reasons, supply drops. But you got to think this was in the early years of supply drops, so we didn't really. I don't think that they ever intended to entirely screw us. Like, I don't think you guys even realize how much more you're getting screwed now than you were with supply drops. Because back then on the supply drop system, the chances might have been low, but you had a chance, and it definitely happened all the time because I had every god tier weapon in there and I never spent $1 on supply drops in my life. And you could get all the cool stuff in the game. Like, there was nothing stopping you from getting it. Now we have a battle pass that is filled with 100 tiers of absolute garbage. I mean, these battle passes are pitiful, but they know that everybody's going to buy them just for the simple fact that there's one new skin, or half the people just buy it just because they don't want to not buy it. They play the game all the time. They might as well buy it and actually have something to progress on. And the store, the amount of that they charge for each item in the store nowadays is insane. Think back to Black Ops 2 and all the Call of Duties that came out around that time frame. All they did was come out with really cool camos and charge like $2.99 for them. And these were like top of the line, animated, lightning, money, weed, whatever kind of camo you wanted, they had it. It was dirt cheap because they probably didn't think people were going to buy stuff like that. Nowadays, you get a camo that's nowhere near as cool as that. And you get the rest of the pack is just absolute garbage, the worst charm and freaking emblem that you've ever seen in your life. And they're like, yeah, that'll be $23. But they put it in terms of COD points, so you don't really, think about how much you're spending on it. And then you look back to Advanced Warfare, where there was no store like there is nowadays. Every single cool item in the game, you just constantly were getting cool items. And if you got duplicates, it is what it is. I feel like the duplicates gave you like credit to go towards another supply drop, but it really wasn't bad at all. I will say that the different stats on the weapon was a mistake just because you could consider it pay to win, even though it was very, very subtle stat changes on the weapons. Still, I think that that's the part they should have changed. And if we wouldn't have threw such a fit about it, I think we could have good supply drops now. And it amazes me the absolute fit that was thrown back then, and Call of Duty took supply drops out because people always say they don't listen, but they pretty much listen to everything that we ever asked for. It just takes a couple of years to make it happen. But then now every other game on the market still has supply drops, and nobody really bats an eye. It amazes me how people do things like that. Let's see if we need to change up any tiers. At this point, I'm just ranting about how good Advanced Warfare is. We got things pretty good. Like I said, we canceled those 3 outs. The only true trash Call of Duty in my eyes is Cold War. These are meh. Let's see here. Started zombies. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm just going to leave it at this. I don't want to overthink my decisions. These were my initial decisions. Like I said, drop your dislikes down below. Hit me with a comment on how garbage my opinion is, how I'm a Fortnite kid. Even though I just mentioned to you guys, I've been here since, not day one, but I've been here, pretty dang early right here. I've been playing since really early on. I'm an OG. These are my opinions. Everybody has their own. Let me know in the comments yours. And as always, peace.